People have always said that if you ever make any traction in this world, you're going to have some people who will give you criticism. Whether it's good criticism or bad criticism, you're going to receive it some way if you do start to get any kind of traction or become successful in this world. Now, obviously, some people are better at it than others, which leads me to today's topic. Tony Khan has decided to go on Twitter like an idiot and say that anyone who criticizes AEW is a bot. Yikes. Now you gotta ask yourself, really? This is a billionaire of a company who's tweeting out this? Like, this is how somebody who's successful is supposed to be acting? Like, it seems to me like this guy's acting just like all the other marks out there. And it just doesn't make any sense that he would say this, considering there's been a lot of good said about this. So he basically said that all people who comment on AEW things are bots, but that doesn't make any sense. Like I said, there's a lot of good things out there. Now, Tony seriously needs to grow some thicker skin on this, because it sounds to me like something WWE used to do a couple years ago, like when John Cena was on his Decade of Doom. Yeah, that's what it's called, Decade of Doom. And they decided to pipe in some audio for the audience, because apparently they didn't like the reaction that John was getting, so they added in, that pretty much sounds exactly like what this is. And I'm thinking, why don't you grow some thicker skin, Tony? Come on, this, I don't understand how people can sit here and defend this. And anyone who defends this is a fucking idiot. Let's just be clear on that. Because this is not the behavior of a billionaire. I mean, the Khan family isn't exactly great to begin with, considering how well they've done with the good old Jacksonville Jaguars going 3-14. Woo! God. And they actually thought that Blake Bortles was a good choice. So, no. Everything the Khans basically turns to shit. But I digress. What I think they need to do is have somebody tell Tony, hey, listen, maybe you should step away from social media for a while, because it sounds to me like it's consuming you. And that's the thing, as a person who takes criticism, you got to decide which ones to ignore and which ones that you can improve on. That you can take that and say, okay, here's where we can work on this, and we can do better at this as well. But maybe not about this, because that doesn't really matter. That's what you should be doing. Not getting on Twitter and throwing a fucking bitch fit and saying, oh, anyone who doesn't like me and my company is a bot. What if somebody sees that in the future and says, what if somebody in the future is like, okay, I want to do business with you, Tony. I want to invest in your company. And then they see that and they're like, I don't know if this is a guy we want to do business with. There's certain things that you shouldn't say on social media. I understand that in this day and age, having a presence on social media is important if you want your business to grow. But doing this does not do any favors for your business. It just makes you look like you cannot take criticism at all, and basically that's exactly what you're doing. The funniest part of this is I still think it's hilarious that people think that this is the guy who's going to take down Vince McMahon. No, because the thing is, Vince doesn't do shit like this on social media. I mean, yes, Vince is incredibly out of touch with reality, but He's not going around making an ass of himself on social media. I'm sorry, this is just too funny. Anyone who doesn't like my company is a bot. Like, Tony, there's still a lot of good things on your threads. Like, there's still a lot of people who do enjoy it. And I get it. Like, AEW is still a new company. They're fresh. It feels younger. It feels like it's geared towards more younger people. But at the same time, they still have all this instant gratification bullshit, like the I want it now mentality, all that. So, yeah, of course it makes sense that younger people like it. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh, you're young yourself. Yes, but I also have standards. Oh, and one more thing. If any one of you is a follower of our Twitter page, I actually went on Twitter and kind of made fun of this whole thing and basically took his statement and turned it into something of our own. And actually, I've been seeing other people doing it, like Becky Lynch did it. Let's see. I think Adam Scherr, formerly known as Braun Strowman, he did it. And I think a couple other people did it, but this was too funny. It seriously was. But as always, this is just one guy's opinion. I could be wrong, but let's be real here. If you're sitting here defending what he said and saying everything AEW does is awesome, like, you're a fucking idiot. And you should not be encouraging this kind of behavior. That's that. I mean, this is not how billionaires should act. Like, they shouldn't act like a fucking fanboy whenever somebody gives them any kind of criticism. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, don't you have anything better you could do? Like, you're a billionaire. Like, you're sitting here more worried about Twitter bots, as you say, than other things. Like, you have a million other things you could occupy yourself with. And yet you choose to focus on this? Like, no. Because when you do dumb shit like this, that makes your company look bad, it makes your roster look bad, and it just makes you look bad all in general. I mean, like I said, WWE's done a lot of dumb shit, but they don't go on social media every single time that somebody writes a bad comment about them. They just don't do that because why? Because they have more important things to do. They're not worried about, like, comments from stupid Mark saying, I don't like your product. They might look at those things and say, like, okay, look at this guy, like, whatever, we got better things to do. So, yeah, that's what I think of that. So, alright, this has been the OTTR show, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Maybe leave me some comments down in the comment section below. If you want, you can sit there and hate on me all you want. See, Tony, I can take criticism. How about you? You can sit there and write that you hate me or that my videos suck. I really don't give a shit. Do whatever you want, but hey, go ahead. I'll see you guys in the next video, and have a wonderful evening. Peace out. And Tony Khan, grow some thicker skin. You look like a spoiled little fanboy. Okay? Yeah.